Hello everybody, my name is Croonx. I want to present for you the huge fungus farm. I have tried to build that farm based on Il Mango video. But Il Mango hasn't finished his farm, so I decide to do it myself. So this farm produce stems, warped stems, shroom lights, and bone minis. This farm is self-sustained and full automatic, doesn't require it for plier to do anything. I want to show you how this farm is working. This is this lever is close the circuit, and here we inject the signal to the system, and this signal is start to following through the system, going around and back here again. Repeat that forever. How this farm is work? In the beginning, the system tried to fertilize the nalium, and then try to fertilize the saplings. If it's happen and the huge fungus growing up, the leaves here, the row of leaves here, changing their properties, and this change is received by that this detector, and sending signal through that line. And in this point we cut that signal, because after the wall is moving tree, the signal is repeat few times, which can block that farm. So the first signal it break the main circuit, and arm detector which sending signal to the flying machine, and also delay signal and sending them to the TNT dropper. But if the saplings doesn't grow, the system splash the sap, all things from the main platform, and it's happened on the blue subsystem. So when the signal is coming, it's split for two lines. The first line sending signal to the detectors which splash the water, and here we have 4 of the dispensers which splash the water to here, and to the sides we have the dispensers. I placed the dispensers on the top because is cover all the platform better than the dispensers in the bottom, and it doesn't matter anything else. And so the second row waiting before the water is following everywhere. After that, the signal is splitting again for two lines. First line is telling detectors to take off water, and signal is delay in this place again, because we have to wait before the water is gone. So after it's happened, the signal is coming back to the beginning of the system. And so the signal of start of the system is coming that, and then following through that detector in a closed circuit. So in the beginning the signal is split for two lines, but this is one system still, and this clock in the bottom fertilize the nalium, trying to change the nether track coming back to nalium, and the redstone block going around, and each time the wood trap is closed and open, and detectors receiving that change and sending signals to dispensers, which fertilize the nalium or nether track, whatever it is, to change the properties of the block, or just trying to grow the saplings. So we waiting after on this part of that system. We waiting after the fertilizing is finished, and the green system try to fertilize sapling itself, and this is done by dispenser placed on the sides, this side and this side, and this dispenser is trying to fertilize saplings to grow a huge fungus. So after the signal is going through the repeaters, and the detectors receive the signals sending 12, 6 on that side and this 6 of that side, 12 signals to the dispensers to try and grow the saplings. After it's happened, I wait 5 repeaters setting for 4 ticks before I trying to detect that the saplings are growing. When the system is trying to produce the huge fungus, the detectors is unarmed. It's happened because the start signal is moving that block on the other side, and the detectors doesn't receive any signal from that line, and also it's possible to coming through that block the signal. But if the saplings growing, the detector sending the signal on that side, and the detector is armed, and the circuit is break. but if the sapling doesn't grow, the signal is coming back to the water system and all the process is going again. So after receiving the signal of growing the huge fungus, this matrix start running the flying walls. This is designed completely by Mango. I will place the link for original video made by Mango for the same farm, but that video doesn't explain everything, and there is some mistake, and I even put in the description what's wrong there. For example, if on this place I will shut down the farm for a while, because I don't want to break anything, but I will show you what can be wrong here. And some news. So, for example, in Mango, he has finished his nylon something around here, for example, but if the tree is growing at this place, this is possible that the leaves growing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, this side, and can also be here. And after the flying machine pushing, this block can be attached to slime block, and it breaks the machine because it can push all that machine more. So, for example, on this place could be the bottom of the machine, the base of the flying machine can be attached to this block, and this broke flying machine. So the platform has to be longer, the same this side. It must be one block gap from the huge fungus and pistons, because it can't push more blocks in the beginning, so it must start to fly before pushing. And so that's why this platform is bigger. What's going more? In the top we have signal for start to dropping TNT, and this signal is split on two sides. First is going to main system, and second line is just sending to that piston, which have only task to close circuit. So the signal next is split to two sides. First side is sending signal to the TNT droppers in the beginning on the right side. Then when the redstone block is coming to this iron trap doors, detectors see that change and sending signal to that piston, and the lines are swept. So the second line is dropping the TNT, and in this clock, which the signal is going that way, and coming this way. But on that line we have repeaters. There's 12 of them, and then on the top we receive that signal. So each time the signal is delayed, and the beginning is delay on 1 tick, and the end is delay of 12 ticks. And to just correct setup, here we have some more repeaters to delay the signal, and these signals open the gates on each side and delay the time when the TNT start to flowing down, so we can destroy the tree from bottom to top, which is most efficient way to get the blocks from this system. And we have a sorting system here in the bottom. It's a very popular system, nothing special here. We just sort and taking on warped steam and shroom lights, and rests of stuff going to the composters is I'm pretty the same like in Mango systems, so nothing special here. Droppers, which is sending just items, bone mills. This bone is going through the water line and coming back to the system. And if this hopper is full, so the rest of the bone is going to the chest here in the bottom. And I select all the lines. This line is supplying the left side of droppers of dispensers, which trying to grow the saplings also on that side. And on this line we have 3 lines, and these lines are split for 2 sides, and this side is left side line of nalium, and here we have a right side of nalium, and the rest is just systems of signals sending to the dispensers. Here we have a quite little space, so this dispenser powered by detectors on this side, the same on the other side. We have a detector here, then the signals repeat by node block, and node block send the signals to that detectors, and these detectors sending signal to the droppers and also to the dispensers. Two blocks at the same time powered, but one by one detector. In the case we going somewhere far away, and here is the chunk loader, because if we go far away and the machine is the chunks where the machine are located are unloaded, and we, for example, log out, log in to the game and come back to this place, the flying machine could be broken because some of the part of the system is loaded and another part of the system isn't. So to keep the system all together, I decided to build a chunk loader here, just in case to don't break the machine, because it doesn't work anyway if we going too far away. We must the chunks must be loaded and we must be close, because the tree doesn't grow if we go far away, and farms doesn't produce anything. So but this chunk loader is just prevent the farm to break, but it doesn't help to produce some stuff if we far away. I just closed it at the moment, and I want to make some test and how much these farms produce. I will take control of the stuff. And make a test for 1 hour, check how much we get. So using the carpet mode and speed up the game and wait 1 hour, check how much we can get from that farm. I'm planning to make a tutorial how to build that farm in survivor mode, because it's very complex, and any part of that system which have wrong setup could cause the breaks of the farm. This farm is very sensitive for wrong setups, for any mistakes. I have made many tries, found many issues on that farm. It's not too much flexibility. It must be set up very precise to work proper for that farm. For example, if we change anything in this machine, so we have too less or too more, too much the repeaters, or the repeaters are have wrong setup. For example, this piston, here is delay 2 or 4 or something else, and could make some problem to destroying that machine itself. And so pretty each of the repeaters must be set up exactly like in that project, because it's very difficult to find the right settings, and all blocks must be set up in the beginning in the right place. For example, before start the circuit, this block has to be in the top, and also this has to be in the top, and that should be closed. So the initial settings must be set up very well in correct way, and that's why I plan to make a tutorial block by block how to build that farm. I haven't finished the lighting, because in survival mode here will be some dark in the bottom, and some mobs could spawn, and it could make some problem with security of that farm. Yes, the time warp is finished, so we can check what we get after 1 hour. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and half. Steams, warped steams, and about 1. So I have run that farm for 10 hours. It looks like about 4 stack of warped steams, 1 stack of shroom lice, and 1 stack of bone meal. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It depends very much on lucky, but the best of that farm is it never breaks. Doesn't matter if far away, close away, the nalium is always regenerate. Never change for nether track. It's always coming back to the nalium, and these farms just work forever and never breaks. After you start to run the chunk loader, you can go just somewhere and forgot about that. You're just coming back and getting stuff. That's all you have to do. Coming to the farm, getting what you want. I still thinking, because what's happened if we fill up all this box of wood and of stuff, and is full. So the warped steams can flow here and stack on these hoppers, and you stop produce bone meals, and system is still running, but it doesn't supply by bone meals. So it could finish that all the bone meals which are still on the lines of hoppers will be used, and you can lose a lot of bone meals just because these chests are full. So maybe I place somewhere in the top here a comparator which can detect that this box have some stuff, and honestly could be just one or just in the top, and sending that signal, and just move some piston, sticky piston, and just the signal could be sending here, and just break that circuit, because the chests are full, so the farm will stop itself. It's just for safety, mainly do it like that. Thank you for watching for a while. I plan to make a tutorial